See? All right. The left should be on the left, and the right should be on the right. Because look, if you put it the way it's supposed to be, then you got your cord going across your body. And then this all these years, this has really bugged me. Why do they do that? Then, but if you wear it backwards, so that your left is on your right, and vice versa, then you go crazy. It actually can drive you crazy. Okay. What time is it? 59. Plenty of time. Oh, jeez. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe not. For you, baby, here's my number, call me maybe not. Hey, just met you, this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe not. All the other girls try to chase me, but here's my number, so call me, maybe not. Took a time fall, it gave me nothing at all. Hey, borrow steel, and I don't know how I feel. Oh, my jeans was showing, the wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? I just met you, and this is crazy. Here's my number, so call me, maybe not. Here's my number, so call me, maybe not. This is crazy. Here's my number, so call me, maybe not. Don't try to chase me, but here's my number, so call me, maybe not.
No one would try to chase you.
I miss you so bad. I miss you so bad.
How long has it been since someone tried to chase you?
So bad.
Succeeded.
Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad.
Oh,
how
yes.
could you?
Hi, how
I
are you?
miss you, but you before you came into my life, because I didn't know you. Here's my number.
Now,
So call me.
The guy's own.
Maybe not.
See on the wall there. That's Michael.
Call me maybe not.
Statue of Liberty frozen into Lake Mendota.
Maybe not.
Very famous thing from Madison, Wisconsin, but it didn't used to have my head. So we improved that. Nora did that, drew that. For our album cover. Hi, how are you? Pretty good? Fine. Thank you. Yes, me too. Yes, and you know, I've never had a bad day. Worked with a guy once, he was from St. Louis, and he did Anheuser Busch things, but they were making a film. He did like sports things for them, and our little show was going to be a sporting event. Cameras here, cameras there, and you got the one camera comes across the field, goes from Jim all the way past me to John Thulin. They didn't quite do it like that. Anyhow, it is the only reason I mention is because you'd say, "Hey, how you doing?" You'd say, "Never had a bad day." But once he had worked with us, I think we changed all that. He couldn't say that anymore. How are you then? Pretty good? Everything's working fine here. I think you'll agree that everything is just perfect technically, which is a very important thing in this business, if there were a business associated with this business. And sorry about the flossing incident. Almost happened, but it didn't. A man flossed on Facebook Live. I don't know. They could throw you off for that, I suppose. So it's August the 8th. I forget the year, but I know it's August the 8th, and those are always the same in history. We got the... I can't get comfortable here. Everything's in a different place. It's all right. I should take this off, but the glare on my expanse is just deafening. Okay, I got to take this off. Pardon me for just a second. There, okay. I'll just push it down a little bit. Look like more like Brando anyhow if I just push it down in front here. Okay. I should take the yarmulke away from the badger. That's a badger wearing the Old Miss yarmulke, by the way, back on air, if you're wondering what that is. And let's see, births. August 8th, Charles Dana, editor of the New York Sun. Big deal. Arthur Goldberg, U.S. statesman. Okay, I remember him. And Esther Williams, a swimmer and actress. 1923. Esther Williams. And they keep running her films, too. So it feels like she's still with us. Deaths, Alexander the Sixth, Pope Alexander. George Canning, British statesman. I don't know him. I'm sure he's a good man. And a head waiter of the George Inn. Is that explained down here? Wait a minute. Does that mean that George Canning, British statesman, became a head waiter of the George Inn? I don't think so. It just doesn't. When they do that, they don't explain anything. Oh, yeah. Here. Today in 1853, the head waiter of the George Inn in Portsmouth, England, was shot in the lobby of that house by an accidental explosion of a fowling piece by Mr. Powell of Chichester, who had taken it with him and neglected to discharge or uncap before packing up. Always discharge or uncap before packing up. That's a rule of thumb, you know. You would think upper-class guys would know that. All right, so fine, good. And other things on August the 8th, Samuel Pepys' diary is always good. I think the greatest writer of all times was Samuel Pepys, and he wasn't even a writer. But he does nothing wrong. He writes about his day, and it's always interesting, you know, because he's interested. He's an interested person, Samuel Pepys. Discoursed with Mr. Hook about the nature of sounds, who told me that he is able to tell how many strokes a fly makes with her wings. Those fly, in parentheses, those flies that hum in their flying, which I think would be flies, by the note that it answers to in music during their flying. Music, by the way, is M-U-S-S-I-C-K. You gotta love it. That, I suppose, Samuel Pepys says, is a little too much refined. The Diary of Samuel Pepys, August 8th, 1666. Anything else worth talking? Yes. Pearls in the sugar in Wisconsin, excuse me. Today in 1889, clams containing pearls, some of them valued at $100, which in today's money would be probably about 20 bucks tops, were found in the Sugar River in Wisconsin. Isn't that amazing? Clams containing pearls in the Sugar River, and I'm sure there's not a clam left. I bet you. I bet in the Sugar River. I don't know where it is in Wisconsin. If you know, you could call me here. Call me, maybe not, and explain. If you've ever gone clamming in the Sugar River in Wisconsin, give me a call. The number here is 608-256-3029, by the way. Don't worry about that other part there. And, okay, there, that was informative. So this is deductible now because it's educational. Yes. In the What's Dimpled and Round news, it's all about golf because it's all about Trump. And thanks to the Freedom of Information Act, we've obtained Donald Trump's golf scores from the first 6 rounds of his working holiday. They are 54, 54, 54, 54, 54, and 52 due to the hole-in-one on the last round. You know, sometimes when you're totally blasted, what are you doing way up there? I talk up to the gallery. Sometimes when you're totally blasted, you do your best work. And so too with Donald Trump on the golf course, I guess. And those are all certified scores, by the way, in case you're wondering. And this was without Reince Priebus running hole to hole to throw the ball onto the green for the president. So that's true. You know, Eisenhower was a golfing president. The only difference was he was Eisenhower. All right, for those of you counting, this makes the president's 57th vacation since taking office. That's pretty good in 200 days, 57 vacation days. That's about right. You got to give him credit for something. Letterman is coming back to TV on Netflix with an in-depth interviews with extraordinary people. So it'll be 6 self-interviews from David Letterman. Look forward to that. I hope the beard goes before his return, though. It's a little much. Looks like Darwin. Darwin, it was many things, but I don't think he was funny. Maybe he was, Fake polls on Trump's popularity are so far down, they're up. You got a 37% approval rate in the Trump family. 37% approved of Donald Trump among Trumps. Well, he was pretty hard on Junior after he said he talks with Russians every day, especially the female ones. Like his dad, he likes that part of the world, as far as that goes. And you know how far that goes. Okay, the Vietnam con artist thing is going on. I'm just seeing they're trying to move a refrigerator. If I wasn't doing this, I'd run out there and help them, because I think I must have 2 or 3 discs left in mint condition. Vietnam con artist in the news here, being thrown around by Donald Trump. You don't hear much about Vietnam con artists. There's not a lot of them, but if it were a thing, Donald Trump would have been one. I think we can be sure. I mean, he went to a military academy, but that's supposed to prepare you for the military. No? C'est pas? Ce n'est pas? All right. I mean, how flat are his feet anyway? What did he say? Flat feet or something like that? Probably, when they examined him, he turned his head and he coughed up blood or something. But that's not hard to do. You get a little blood capsule. All right, military. Okay. Page 2, the swastika T-shirts have folded into Ivanka wear. So now she knows a brand that's coming back. Ivanka's right on that now, swastikas. But they're swastikas for the tragically hip. So it's a little different. Uber's search for a female CEO has been narrowed down to 3 men. But I say, hey, if he's willing to take the surgery, more power to him. Over at Uber. The new, I wish I don't have a shade on that window, because I know I'm going to want to watch them struggle with that, the washing machine down the basement steps next door here. It's always fun to watch older guys do that. So I know what to do when I never do that, ever. Let's see. I'm going to turn this way. Okay. I don't want to watch their progress. If they cry for help, then I can say I had headphones on. The new Amazon TV show Confederate is where the South wins the war and the slaves have to work for Amazon. So that's a win-win for Amazon once again. Pharmaceuticals, How High is the Sky guy, the Golden Boy, has been convicted. Scully, is it? No, I don't know what his name is. You know his name, though. Convicted, and he was held on $37 billion bail. So things work out, even when they don't sometimes. A California legal cannabis company has bought a city in California, Nipton, California, which will be renamed Nipton in the Bud. They better. I'll send that to them, just in case they hadn't thought of that. Nipton in the Bud. Holy cow, that's good. The Prince of Denmark. What a way to begin a sentence. The Prince of Denmark, Henrik. It's Henry. Come on, Henrik. Okay. Refuses to be buried next to his wife, the Queen of Denmark, because he's 40 years with her without a promotion. She was always the Queen of Denmark. He was always the prince. She could have, put the sword on his shoulder, whatever they do for that, or dropped a crown on his head, anytime she wanted to. So he doesn't want to be buried next to her because he'll be in the same position for all eternity then. They should bury him in a dog cemetery. Well, Foxconn is building a fancy new plant in Wisconsin. They're in the news because the Chinese gentleman who's the CEO called his workers at Foxconn animals. So I would just like to say, Mr. Goo, G-O-U-B Goo, make that Badgers, please. A virus is causing zombie caterpillars to explode. More at 10. And Tony Freely will have the weather, along with Tom Skilling, who tries to remember what fronts are and how things work after all these years. And that's all the news.
I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe not.
Okay.
Are you, baby?
Got a little effect on that.
Here's my number.
Swung my microphone.
Call me.
And I thought
maybe not.
The Beatles used to do it.
Hey, I just met you.
And
This is crazy.
Maybe you do.
But here's my
I read
number.
something by the guy
So
who did
call
their
me
engineering
maybe not.
claim
All
that
the
they were
other
trying to do
girls
some of their effects.
try
I
to
don't know
chase
if
me.
maybe,
But here's
probably some of them are psychedelic
number.
ones. Anyway, they
So
wanted,
call me.
John Lennon wanted them,
Maybe not.
while he was hooked up to his guitar and playing, to hang them from his feet and swing them around the room.
fall.
You know?
He gave me
And
nothing.
they had one of those
at
things that
all.
spins. But he
They
wanted
borrow
to spin.
steel, and I don't know
And I
how
don't know if that happened or
feel.
not, and I can't imagine
Oh,
they do
my
that
jeans
because
was
the liability
showing.
would have been
The
tremendous.
wind was
I'd like to
blowing
believe
where
it.
you think
That's how
you're
you got their
going,
effects in the old days.
baby.
Pretty analog, just hang by your feet.
I just met
Number
you.
here is 608-256-3029 or
crazy.
608
Here's my number.
Claude 0
So call
X.
me.
If you like to call and
Maybe
play the What Do You
not.
Know quiz. Now, they patented.
Here's my
Trademark.
number.
And
So
registered.
call me maybe not. This
and
is
deposited
crazy.
in a Swiss account.
Here's my number. So call me
See,
maybe
that was smart. A lot of
not.
guys will just
Don't
get
try
out
to
the
chase
door
me.
and then that comes shut on you.
But
as you
here's
go
my
down
number.
the stairs with the large
So call me maybe
appliance.
not.
And it,
I
it
miss you
doesn't
so
happen.
bad.
Let's put it.
I miss you so bad. I miss you so
What do you know quiz?
so bad.
Yes, I got it right
Before
here.
you came into my life, I missed you
As
so
you can see that there in
bad.
the gallery. I've
How
gotta
could
change
you?
this camera.
I miss you, but you before you came into my life, because I didn't know you.
Quiz?
Here's my number.
In the patented
So call me.
analog quiz
Maybe
box,
not.
which remarkably
maybe
like
not.
recipes used to look like.
Call me.
I don't think they have those anymore.
Maybe not.
You have an electronic recipe thing on your phone. Come on, get analog, you people, and pick up your analog phone or whatever phone you got there. 608-256-3029 or 608 Claude 0X. And you can win some of the Brodsky Boys coffee there from Denver, where each drop has a Brodsky Boy in it from Novo Coffee. And today we're looking at, excuse me, Kenya Gatamboya. Did we look at that before? Gatamboya. I think we did. Yes, we did. We looked at this before. Well, I'm sorry with this. I always like to give you a different coffee that we're looking at. But if you remember, I think you just did this. I might have taken the wrong one. There was a very good one there. And what was it about? It was like just like a regular coffee, just like, and they said it was tastes like regular coffee, the nuance of regular coffee. But anyhow, to remind you about the Kenya Gatamboya, origin Nyeri, Kenya, the producer of the Baruchu Farmers Cooperative. I know I just did this. Washed SL28, SL34, and Hike Ruru 11. And the nuance is grapefruit, strawberry, tart, and juicy finish. I just talked about this one, but it sounds delicious. You know, and that's the thing, when you think about their coffee, and wait till you taste them. Wait till you taste the Novo coffee. It's delicious. You know, you don't usually think, you say, you know me. If you know me, you know I say, what's coffee? Good cup. Or this sucks. Good cup of coffee. Yeah, my mom used to say, coffee, black and hot. And I'm sort of like that. I don't like Folgers so much, like she did. And then when they went to coffee crystals, my mother went nuts for coffee crystals. She thought that was the most amazing thing since the electric can opener, which is the previous thing where she just went, oh, look, it's electric. And it holds the lid up after. But she felt the same way about coffee crystals. God bless you. Love you, Mom. Okay, let's. You want to play the What Do You Know quiz? Someone out there does. Pick up your phone. We have, how many people we have listening now? Viewers, 6. Well, we don't even have a minion so far, actually. We need, I think, 11 for a minion. That means we can worship at that time. As I do have the Talmud in the other room, and I'd be happy to get it out. But, it's a lot of pressure, but like one of you 6 people who happen to be watching this right now, did I not mention that we were going to be doing? Oh, we're down to 5. God. I was mentioning the minion thing. That probably put off one individual. Area code 608. We've got, plenty of time. Gosh, I could play the song again a couple of times. That would take up some time. All right, well, I got some other news here, and we'll wait for that. 608-256-3029. In science, why does matter dominate antimatter? That is so true. And we're sick of it. Speaking on behalf of antimatter, which I always felt more a part of, why it doesn't make any sense because they're opposites. And I guess they attract, I don't know, antimatter. Is it attracted to matter? Does it matter? But yes, but now they understand there's a possible explanation for it. Yeah, but it's too complicated. But I just, philosophically, I like that very much. In the I thought this was supposed to be news department, women have more active brains than men. Okay. And in a different place, as the old joke goes. So that's all right. That's fine. I'm not even going to read that. So obviously true. Here, early man, some more findings here. Early man was so hungry he could eat a mammoth. An early mammoth. Or early man eats early mammoth. Not interesting either. Okay, how about this? The Vikings, 1,000 years in the fish business. We had people in the business a long time. Fish, not so. We had fish. We had some grocery people. Feldman's, probably maybe 500 years in sundries, if you counted Europe. And why wouldn't you count Europe? Eastern Europe or wherever they were. Okay. Area code 6. Maybe I should call someone. I just can't. The tension is too great. 608-256-3029 or 608-CLOD-0X. First caller right now gets on the quiz automatically, and you get to win some of that great coffee, Novo coffee, the coffee with nuances. And I don't know, I could call. Who do I know that I could call that it wouldn't be totally annoyed at that? Nobody. I could do a random number. If we had phone books anymore. That's how I started in this business when I was 11. Okay, and then things are pretty good. What else is going on? Anything here? Well, I'm not supposed to promote the notion of it, but, it was, I think the 2001 was the last time I was nominated or picked as a favorite in Isthmus magazine. I'm just saying 2001 or 16 years ago. And I'm not saying it's happened again. And I'm not saying that because I'm not supposed to say it, and I'm not promoting it. Thank you very much. Okay, the fun goes on as we answer the telephone. We turn it on speaker, ladies and gentlemen, and we look for the knob down here and find out who's joined us. Hi, who's joined us?
Hey.
Hey.
Michael?
Yes.
This is Chris.
What?
Down in Florida.
Who is this?
Chris Pankencup down in Florida.
Oh, Chris, you're in Florida.
Yeah.
Not too shabby. Are you actually living down there, Chris? Or are you hanging out?
Living down here for many, many years.
Oh, yeah? No kidding. Which part of it?
The northern part. Gainesville, home of the Gators.
Gainesville. Love Gainesville. Home of Tom Petty as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I love Gainesville. Very nice. Very good place for a place to be, Gainesville.
Could be worse.
Right in that part of Florida is a good place to be, I think. What do you do down there, Chris?
Well, right now I'm retired.
Oh, good. How's that going for you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I like retirement.
At least you didn't have to worry about moving to Florida.
No.
It would have been, you were smart. You did it years ago. Are you from up north originally?
Oh, yeah, I'm from the Milwaukee area, not far from where you were at.
Oh, yeah. What part of town?
Well, born in West Dallas and then moved to Wauwatosa, and then the family split up, and I ended up down here.
Yeah. Well, that was a big jump from Wauwatosa, though, huh? City of Homes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no, that's not city. That's Waukesha. No, Wauwatosa, the City of Homes. That's right. That was near where I lived, because I lived in 58th and Center, and Wauwatosa begins in about 2 blocks.
Yeah.
The 60th or 61st. And we were afraid to go in there when we were kids.
What's that?
We were told not to go into Wauwatosa when we were kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, we had border guards there, too. 3 German Shepherds and a Pomeranian.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Hey, so what do you do down there in retirement? I mean, you're in Florida. You got to do certain things like golf and all that, or deep sea fishing, right?
Well, I play brass instruments. I'm in a couple of brass ensembles down here. And
Oh, no kidding.
yeah. Amateur, we get paid with what we're worth, so,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, you've got a lot of brass. I'll say that for you. What do you play? Trumpet or something?
What's that?
What do you play?
Trumpet, cornet, and baritone.
No kidding. Simultaneously?
Yeah, sometimes. That's how many years I've had.
You're one of those guys. Well, you must have quite an embouchure, if I might say.
Well, sometimes I do, but during the summer it's kind of waned. Everybody's on vacation, so nobody's playing anymore.
Yeah, but you must be modest, because if you can play all those things. In fact, cornet's pretty hard to play, isn't it, compared to trumpet?
Not really.
No.
It's about the same.
Yeah, unless you're playing reveille or something.
Basically the same instrument, just the wrapping and the inside diameter is slightly different.
Yeah. Oh, so I guess someone once told me that, and they didn't know what they're talking about, apparently. But did you ever play like seriously as a professional, or?
Not professionally. No. I don't make that cut.
No, but pretty close, though, I bet.
No, not really. But I have fun. So
okay.
In retirement, that's what it's about.
That's cool. I wish, if I had an instrument, I could retire right now, but I don't. Want to play the quiz? Does that interest you?
Sure.
Oh,
sure.
cool, Chris. You know how this works? It's a general knowledge quiz. It's not trivia. It's my life, literally. And we have various categories. You got to get 2 out of 3 right in this version of it. So it's pretty easy. Okay. So we got current events, people, places, things you should have learned in school had you been paying attention, science, or odds and ends. What would you like, Chris?
Well, since I'm depressed, I'll go for current events.
Are you depressed? Hello? Chris?
Yeah.
You are? You're not feeling too good?
No, I'm just kidding. Current
Oh,
events.
okay. How can you be depressed and be in Florida? I don't understand that at all. I'm in Wisconsin, man. There's some things, going on. Okay, Amazon warehouses, fulfillment centers, Amazon warehouses. We have one here in Wisconsin. You probably got one near you. And the question is, they have 95,000 robots, or 90,000 full-time robots and 5,000 full-time employees, or 90,000 full-time employees and only 45,000 robots.
Ooh, can you repeat those?
You know how long it took me to say it the first time. Okay. Amazon warehouse fulfillment centers, 95,000 robots, or 90,000 robots and 5,000 employees, or 90,000 employees and 45,000 robots.
The first one.
Which one?
The first one.
No, I'm sorry. It's 90,000 full-time employees and only 45,000 robots. So I don't get to ring this bell for that, and I got to put you down there as one round. Don't worry, you still got 2 more chances to get 2 right, which means you got to get them both right. All right. So that was current events. I don't know why exactly, and then we have people, places, things you should learn in school, science, or odds and ends. Chris, for your pleasure.
I should have learned in school.
Should have learned in school. Were you a good student then, Chris?
Well, I had Mr. Perchonic for geometry, and I think
Did you go to Washington?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this gets better and better, doesn't it? I thought kids from Wauwatosa went to their own schools there.
Well, that's a long story, but I spent after we moved to Florida, I spent 2 years in Milwaukee again. So.
Oh, you did? Oh, cool. Perchonic, yeah. He was a pretty good guy, though. Perchonic was a good guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was decent. For a good teacher, he was okay. All right, percentage of users who take Facebook vacations. That is, the only vacations they take are on Facebook. And I don't know. This is sad, but it's one of these. Is it 61%, 70%, or 83% of people who are probably vacationing right now with us on Facebook?
And the question is, how many people on Facebook take Facebook vacations?
Percentage of Facebook users who actually take Facebook vacations. They go, let's go to Bulgaria this year, honey, and they do it online.
What the last number was, what, 61?
61, yeah.
51.
61? That's right, 61. Oh, boy, I ring the bell for real this time. You pulled into a dead heat with yourself, Chris. 1 and 1 here. You get this right, and you won some fabulous Novo coffee, which is some of the finest coffee you'll ever receive for free.
That sounds good.
Okay. And then, so what would you like there? You know what's left, don't you? Yeah, no, people, places.
As it ends.
That's left. All right, this is kind of science more than anything. Maybe there's something better. Okay. Does eating more salt, this is a finding, a science finding, I guess, but I thought it was kind of odd and sort of counterintuitive, perhaps. Anyhow, does eating more salt, A, increase thirst and decrease hunger, B, decrease thirst and increase hunger, or C, increase thirst and increase hunger? Eating more salt. This surprisingly surprising finding about salt.
I would say the last one. Both increase thirst and hunger.
You want me to read it again? Does eating more salt, did I mention it was salt we're talking about here? And this is really an unexpected result of the study. Does it increase thirst and decrease hunger, decrease thirst and increase hunger, increase thirst and increase hunger?
In retrospect, I'd say increase thirst and decrease hunger.
Did you want to hear the other ones again? And B is decrease thirst and increase hunger, or C, increase thirst and increase hunger?
Increase thirst.
No, you said that one. Did you perhaps mean decrease thirst and increase hunger?
What's that?
Did you perhaps mean decrease thirst and increase hunger? I said it almost exactly the same second time. I'm such a mimic of myself. Yes, that's right. Holy cow. You won, Chris. Not only are you living in Florida, you have won a pound of absolutely free, wonderful Novo coffee. It's the coffee the world is talking about. So, Chris, if you thanks for playing, by the way. And if you want to give me a little email here at Whad'ya Know 2, the number 2 after it, at gmail.com, and just give me a mailing address so we don't tell everyone everywhere where you're living, and they try to break in on you in paradise there in Gainesville.
Very good.
Okay? You're a good man.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Chris.
Enjoy your program.
Yes, I'm going to be down there. And also put your with your address. I'll be down there in about 4 weeks, I would say, at the latest.
Well, I have to kick my son out first.
Okay. Okay. Well, don't kick him out. I'll wait a while. Let me know when, okay?
Okay,
all right.
Good.
That's cool. Thanks, Chris. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
That's Chris down there and in Gainesville, Florida. And he won some fabulous coffee. I'm very happy. And it looks like it's about that time again. If I see the clock on the wall, which I took down, actually, to put up Nora's picture, because I keep looking over here, and it's just a picture of me frozen into a lake, which is what I already feel like. So that's a good thing. Anyhow, thank you very much. We'll be on again this coming Thursday. We Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Daylight Time. Well, there still is Central Daylight Time. And then at 12 noon, that's right, you can play the Whad'ya Know quiz and listen to the show. And you can also catch our finished podcasts, by the way, the Call Me Maybe Not podcast and all the Whad'ya Know podcasts and related things on iTunes. So check us out. Just search under the Whad'ya Know podcast on iTunes. And thank you so much for listening. And now I would just like to say,
I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe not. For you, baby. Here's my number, call me maybe not. Hey, just met you. This is crazy, but here's my number, So call me, maybe not. All the other girls try to chase me, but here's my number. So call me, maybe not. Took time to fall. He gave me nothing at all. I borrowed steel, and I don't know how I feel. Oh, my jeans was showing, and the wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me, maybe not. Here's my number, so call me, maybe not. This is crazy. Here's my number, so call me, maybe not. Don't try to chase me, but here's my number, so call me, maybe not. I miss you so bad. I miss you so bad. I miss you so bad. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. How could you? I miss you, but before you came into my life, because I didn't know you. Here's my number, so call me. Maybe not. Call me, maybe not. Call me, maybe not.